Hello, 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 hello. Test, test. You guys hear me on this mic? Hello, hello. Yeah. I would uh I would check, but I forgot my phone over my dad's house. So that sucks. Wait for people to roll in. Move this to the side real quick. Um Everyone can say hi to Cat. Hi, Cat. And if you guys can hear me and I sound okay, put it in the chat because that's the only way I can check right now. So please, chat, let me know that you can hear me. I'm using a new microphone. Here. How is everybody? All right, so people can hear me. Cool, cool. So normally how I do that and how I check that my lives are, okay, is I will turn it on my phone and listen to it that way. Well, I was over at my dad's house and forgot my phone on the table. So don't have my phone right now. So that kind of sucks. But how's everybody doing? It feels weird doing like a live stream like this and not having a headset on. I don't know why. Or like my big boom microphone right here. You can see my cat. My cats will be walking in and out, guys. So let's set a live goal. How about that? What should we do? What should our live goal be? How about 10 super chats? Teal and higher says $5 for 30 minutes. Share how you'll celebrate. How about shout out in next PT video? How about that? All right, we'll start that goal. Tanya, it's her Friday, so she's off for the weekend. I used to be on that schedule. I miss it. It was like I would work 9-hour days and then I'm off every other Friday. So that was pretty sick. I like that. So we got, hey, Lynn Stewart, thank you so much for the $5. I believe that's a super chat. Can I like it? Okay, I hearted it. So what I'm going to do, guys, is our next video, as of right now, would be Hinsdale, but we're going to have something in between that. So I am just trying to find something, Lynn, to write your name down. That way we can shout you out in the next video. I really do appreciate that. All that kind of donations, guys, go right to the channel. We actually just bought new microphones, which if you watched our last video, we were using these in. That video needs love, by the way. So go over there, check that out. Drop some comments on that latest video. So we got the DJI mics, or DJI mics, and we got more cameras. We're buying more cameras. We got a Canon XA40 right here. So this is going to be one of the IR cameras. And what I'm thinking is we're going to build like I'll probably take this part off because I don't need this. But what I'm going to do is that Phasm cam, the little IR camera, it's like a GoPro, but night vision. I'm going to mount it backwards on this. So when like we do our solos or we're walking around in the dark or anything, you're going to be able to like obviously see the POV shot, right? So what we're filming, but then you're also going to see the our expressions. So it'll be a camera like just for that person's face. So I think that'll be a really cool new thing. And I know you guys do miss the IR shots, and it's kind of always a weird thing. You guys are amazing. I love anything paranormal, especially uh, having my own experience since I was little. No, that's we appreciate that, Lynn. It's a lot of hard work. Hold on, I'm switching you guys on my screen here. Switch that there. Okay. It's a lot of hard work that goes into the videos. I mean, I'm probably doing 30 to 35 hours of editing for the videos, and then obviously the locations expensive, equipment expensive, but it's a passion, so I do love doing it. Paranormal Nut, what you got? I'll show you guys. Relax. I can't give away all the goods now. I'm trying to make this like 45 minutes long. And then, so, all right. So it may look like I'm sweating because I am. My, this is, first of all, guys, I want to say, don't make fun of it. I'll remember, but I'm growing out the modern mullet, right? Business in the front, party in the back. But my window unit is so loud and these microphones are so sensitive that if I ran my air conditioner and talk to you guys, you're going to hear a really annoying hum, very loud, the whole time. So I had to shut that off, and it is hot in my room. So I'm sweating it out for you guys. But, oh, back to the camera thing, what I want to talk about. So we still have the Sony FX30. We're still going to use that. We're going to use that for interviews and B-roll. And then the investigation part is going to be with the IR cameras. We have this one, and then I'm getting probably another Sony. I think a FX 600 or something like that. I forget the exact name of it, but we're going to go back to 2 IR cameras. So it'll be us investigating in the pitch black again. Emily thinks that's a lot more scary. I personally think that it's scarier being able to see. Like, one of my biggest fears, right, is shining a flashlight down a long, dark hallway and then, like, seeing something peek out. Where it's like, if you're investigating in the dark, unless you see it through your camera, you're probably not going to see it. That's just how I feel. I think light, it's creepier. You can see everything. Paranormal Nut, what do you guys have planned coming up? We haven't really seen a video be dropped yet. I know Jimmy just had a kid. How dare him? No, I just can't see. Like, normally normally I wear glasses. Normally I wear glasses, but when I'm filming, I usually don't wear them because of the reflection and the camera and all that. So I'm basically blind during an investigation. So that's always, we have the part primitive crow. We have Fort William Henry. We are doing the James House this October. Nice, nice. So Lynn, with the contacts, I've tried contacts, but for whatever reason, I think I actually know the reason, but the contacts, they move around in my eye a lot. And then also, like, when we're filming and I'm looking into the camera with the light and everything, they dry out real easy. I've tried it before, but I also have two astigmatism, that thing, whatever it is, but I have one in each eye. So the contacts aren't the best, they said, for astigmatisms. So I basically use these when I'm editing or driving at night. That's really the only time I ever wear them. But then every time I go to the eye doctor, they yell at me because they know that I haven't been wearing them. Is that how you spell it? Astigmatism? Good for you, because I can't spell that. Ain't no way. So we got, I'm trying to think. We got Hinsdale. I want to say October 18th. That is going to be with Two Brothers Extreme, Digging Deeper, Paranormal. And then after that, we would be on to probably November, which is St. Albans. And that's going to be with the same people that we're doing Hinsdale with. I've been to Hinsdale before. I'm sure you guys have seen our video from that. It's one of our most popular ones. Emily has not been to Hinsdale yet. So what I'm thinking is maybe we either send her out to the Giving Tree by herself or send her into the house herself. I haven't decided yet. Hinsdale is insane. Hinsdale's and Saratoga Homestead. Forgot about that one. Dude, I've been every time they put that place up for an investigation, I'm always late to it and they're always sold out. And I was talking to I think it was Steve, and he was like, "Oh, you better get there before, it falls apart." So I'm jealous. That place looks super creepy just because it's totally abandoned, and I'm assuming really anyone could probably get inside there and trespass. So I always found that to be more scary than ghosts are the real people. But yeah, so Lynn, we went to Hinsdale last time, and you know that doll that sits in I think there's two of them that sit in the glass case. We're sitting by the checkered board right there where the son had did like the Ouija board session, and we hear like a right, like it sounded like something tapping on glass. I'm like, what is that? So we kind of narrowed it down, the noise where it was coming from, and it was actually coming from that glass case. Like the doll was like knocking on the glass case. So that was super creepy. And then I did a solo up in the top, not the parents' bedroom. It's the one that's connected to the parents' bedroom, the one where they had all the flies and everything. I did a solo up there, and I had the music box pointing out into the parents' bedroom, and I would ask like something to walk in front of the music box. It would do it, and then it would stop. And like I was able to between that and the Ovilus that we were running, we were getting like intelligent communication of them telling us that it's not the house, it's the land. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, so okay, you watched the video when that happened. Yeah, that was, so it was either the glass of the doll or the window, and I'd rather take the glass on the doll than something outside tapping on the window. That's like the scary thing about that place. Yeah, it's Native American land. I believe there was a fight there, I want to say, but it is Native American land. We were told that they did a scan of the ground, like where you would use to like find bodies or whatever. And there was, I want to say, 4 or 5 what they think it could be burials in the backyard right there. And I think Nick Groff, if I'm not mistaken, did a special on that. I think he helped out with that. But I remember, I think it was our tour guide that was mentioning it. But we were getting a lot of stuff about that place um, through our Obulus and Spirit Talker and everything that we use, and it was coming up a lot, like almost like elemental stuff. Like I personally didn't feel like the house was haunted. I felt like it was the land the house was on. But I've also heard like crazy stories of people having like real big experiences inside of the house. And I think the scariest thing that happened was, it wasn't even paranormal. We were going out to the Giving Tree for the first time, and we're walking out there, and we had just passed the house. So you have like the garage in the backyard and the little fire pit or whatever they got. So we get to about there, and we hear something like breaking branches in the woods, like just running. And we'd happen to get the flashlight up in time. You can't see it on camera, but kind of peeked the flashlight up, and it was a bear. And the bear was on the steps eating apples. So that was scary. So we're out by the tree doing our investigation, and it's like you can hear this thing. It didn't fully run away. I think that was the creepiest part about it, was you could hear that thing walking around, like almost waiting for us to leave. But that was, sorry, guy. I burped, and I have to get used to the microphones being right there. So excuse me for burping. But let's get down to the nitty gritty and why you guys are here, besides seeing my beautiful face. So, bears are scarier than ghosts. Yes, I agree. So, the other week, I was doing some research on something called, and I hope I can say this on YouTube. You know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm going to spell it. Murder, Belia. So Murder, Belia. You can combine the words. So what it is personal belongings. I saw a Charles Manson's prison worn glasses. I saw stuff from Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking through, and I'm like, I've always wanted to collect that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not praising the people who did these things. These people were obviously horrible people, but I also feel like it's history that we shouldn't forget. So, if you know anything about the Amityville horror case, you would know that there was a actual, like factual Murder case that happened at the house by the that was the DeFeo family. And then that's when, after that, the Lutzes moved in. So when the Lutzes moved in is where Ed and Lorraine come into the picture, and the whole ghost story happens, right? But not before the horrendous act. So I have, and this is cool. This is a letter, 2-page letter, end envelope. I don't know if you guys can read that top name right there. Ronnie DeFeo. So this person is the person who unalived his entire family at the Amityville house. So I have it right now. It's in obviously like a plastic protecting thing, but it's 2 pages. And also, I think like one of the coolest parts, besides reading the letter, is the note is from the the prison that he was in. So this is a personal note from Robert DeFeo to his wife. It's a love letter. Um, he actually has pretty good handwriting. So I've never actually read the entire letter. So October 12th, 2012. My dearest Nisa, baby, you need to know that you're my first, my last, my everything. As baby, you mean the world to me, and I will never hurt you or break your heart. Baby, thank you so very much for taking my phone calls as you made my empty heart full of joy and love, and as you make my life full. Nisa, uh, I'm trying to read his cursive here. Nisa, something, any of my letters. Oh, okay. Nisa, if any of my letters offend you, then I truly apologize to you from my heart. Baby, without you, there is no doubt, or there is no life for me, as I am better off dead. Nisa, you mean everything to me, and I want you for eternity. And eternity is underlined. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing. So please don't ever give up on me, baby. You are the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And while I was reading this, I was thinking, I'm like, yo, he's doing a lot of love bombing. Like, I get it's his wife, but it was like baby and love and just like you could tell almost how he could be manipulative just by like the wording. Um, so okay, so baby, you fill the loneliness that I have and make me full again. What I do know is my love, love, love is so very dead and full of love just for you. I don't understand what he was trying to say there. Baby, please love me as I love you, as what we have is so very special and only comes around once. I refuse to fight or argue with you, Nisa, as we never have, nor will we ever. This is what I have for you, my love. So please let's make it together. Thank you, my lady. Thank you also for being so wonderful and honest. I'm reading page 2 here. Trying not to touch too much stuff. So I think that's cool, like touching something that this guy touched before. Wonderful and honest. And I thank you and wish you a good night. What I do know is I can't wait to see you again, as I will start by counting the days until you arrive. Baby, and I guess this sums up everything, as it truly hurts not being with you. Good night. God bless. Stay strong. Be good. And remember who loves you, baby. Me. Forever. Love always. Butch. And that was something that was his nickname, Butch. So how cool is that? I feel kind of weird touching it though. Not gonna lie, when it arrived to my house, when it arrived to my house, I put holy water like on the plastic, and I'm like, I'm bringing you inside this house. Like there is nothing you are going to do. All right, let me catch up with chat. Not gonna lie, this is pretty cool. The Amityville Horror story always fascinated me. It no, seriously, it's one of those stories that it's like, even if the haunting isn't true, it's like what actually happened in the house was true. So I think that's why like this is a really cool piece. Oh wow, it's insane how doing the worst things in the world makes nearly instant forever fame and memorial news insane. Yeah, it does. Rizzing the manipulation for himself. Okay, so Lynn, Elton found the polygraph results from George Lutz, and it came out that he was telling the truth. Cool thing here. I was asking Wade from Nesper if he could bless this when I see him at Rock Island in 2 weeks. So he said, yeah. But I wanted to bring this up to Elton because I feel like it would be cool to see a letter from the guy who did this stuff and the polygraph test of the family who had to endure, you know, the aftermath of it, like side by side. Just maybe take a picture of them both like next to each other or something like that. I just thought that would be really cool to see, because those things have never been like together or that close. So I just thought that would be uh, a cool thing. Polygraphs can be manipulated, by the way. They're not 100% true. But one thing that I found weird about it in talking to Nesper and knowing those guys is before Elton found that polygraph test, I was told about it. I was told that, like, not about the polygraph itself, but they have evidence stored away somewhere, they said, that George Lutz was experiencing these things and like this family's story was true. And also that Ed and Lorraine said, I think that was like their like hardest case or scariest case was Amityville. So I just thought that was weird that he was rummaging through and found the polygraph test that, you know, we've kind of heard about, but it was cool to, you know that it actually does exist. Things like that got to have a vibe. Um, yeah. So when people bring that up, right? Like the way I was thinking of it is this guy, obviously he's from prison writing his wife a note. So there's a lot of emotion that gets put onto this piece of paper. So I'm a believer in that kind of stuff being able to, like the stone tape theory. So I kind of also believe it when it comes to just like pieces of paper or letters or anything. So I've been cautious of that, which is why I did a little holy water sprinkling of this. And can these pieces hold energy? Absolutely, Lynn. I fully believe they can. Uh, I would. So it's kind of weird. Like you always hear about these haunted items, and it's always dolls or the conjuring mirror and stuff like that. Um, but you rarely hear about photographs, letters. I have heard of that stuff before, so I'm not saying it's impossible because it's not. But I feel like the dolls and everything and the real tangible stuff kind of takes that energy more than maybe letters and photographs. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever really know. I was going to say, did you try the K2 on it? So I have a thing in my home is I do not break out any of my ghost equipment. My home is my home. It's where I do all the editing, and I keep the ghost stuff as far away from um, my personal life as possible. Now you're also saying, well, Ryan, you're going to have this, put up on on your wall right there. Yeah, I know, but I feel like if I get it blessed and don't give it the energy and the recognition, then I feel like you're a lot safer with that stuff around. And I'm not saying that this note is haunted because I know that I'll probably be clipped for saying that. No, I don't believe the note's haunted. I just have it because it's a part of history, not only true crime but also paranormal history. So it's just weird that we can tangibly hold something that had something to do with, Ed and Lorraine Warren, Amityville, or really any of the serial unalivers. On the website, I saw like stuff from Ed Gein's farm or whatever. Like there was like pieces of his fencing or whatever. And I think the most expensive thing I saw, and it was really interesting, it was for $100,000, and it was the court documents to put Ted Bundy to death. So it was basically his death certificate, or not his death certificate, but all the case, the court stuff, paperwork to order him to death. So I thought that was wild. That's what I love the most about the paranormal is history behind the events or whatever is being considered haunted. Yeah, and we can always learn from that stuff, and that's why we always say, what's your theory at the end of these videos, is because I believe when we're done an investigation or whatever, that you don't really have concrete answers, right? You got theories, you got experiences and all that. And then that's why I always kind of shake my head at the people that are like, well, I'm an expert in this. Like, no one's an expert in anything in this. There's people who have more experience than others, but to say someone's an expert in the paranormal is just not true, because we don't know. And I believe at the end of the day, we're not supposed to know, but it's fun trying to figure it out. So that's the way I see it. But how about that, guys? A tie-in to the Amityville horror case. Ronnie DeFeo. So I'm assuming he was prisoner number 135. See that? Miss Nia Foxy. I don't even know how to say her last name. I miss you. And right there. Forever, love always, Butch. So he got his signature. I just thought that's really cool. His handwriting was actually pretty good. It was funny. I showed it to my sister Emily. She like sits down. She looks at it for a couple seconds, and she looks up. She's like, "I can't read cursive." So I'm like, "All right, give me it back." All right, guys. I just wanted to stop by and share with you that cool thing that I purchased. And I think what we're going to start doing is every other week, since we try to drop videos every 2 weeks, we'll do a live stream. So we'll get Emily in here. So like next week, we got a video coming out, and that is from the Madison Seminary. So we'll have that video. And then the week after that, we'll do a live stream. And then after that, it'll be another video. So every week, we'll have some paranormal theory content. And we're going to start pumping these places out for you guys again. Emily is healed. Well, she's still rehabbing her shoulder, but she is healed. You got to do short vertical live streams. YouTube hates horizontal live streams. You know, I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Is that like where it says like the mobile live streams? We don't really do live streams at all, which I'm trying to get better at. But I did see that before. So yeah, you gotta do it from your phone. Okay, I'm sitting on my PC. So okay. So next time it'll be a live stream from my phone vertically. Oh, I want to show you guys something too. So I got this in the mail. Miller, I can't do this side. Miller Lite. Look at the shirt. It's a ghost holding a Miller Lite and a dog. I just got it in the mail today. Bought it for $12. Focus, please. Okay, it's not going to do it. But we got our Madison video coming out. That will be either Sunday or Tuesday. I haven't decided yet, but it'll be one of those days. If you have not yet, please go over to our latest video and like, comment on it, watch it. It needs a little bit of extra love because we haven't put a video out in over a month. So YouTube punished us. But we're getting back into the momentum. So then after that, our next video will be from the Madison Seminary. And then after that, we will be getting back into the IR. Both Emily and I will have an IR camera filming. And we have some little stationary IR cameras that we're going to mount to the camera to look at us during it. So that'll be really cool. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And Lynn, again, thank you for the $5 super chat. I really do appreciate it. That's going to go towards an investigation. And next video, you get a shout out from the Paranormal Theory crew. Thank you guys so much. Again, recapping, love letter from Robert DeFeo to his wife sent from his prison cell. And I'm going to make sure I'll put a post of this on Facebook and Instagram and all that. So you guys can also maybe read the letter yourself. So thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate it. Go give our other video some love. Needs it. All right, guys. Peace.